The way we do that is with a thing called the WBS, or work breakdown structure, okay? Now, like I see this picture, it's a visual hierarchical decomposition of the product scope. Those are fancy words. Let me say it in Scott's simple words. It's a picture that takes the big stuff and breaks it down into little stuff, progressively little junk as you go through. So you can get it to the bottom and say, oh, this is the thing I got to build that serves that helps build that, all the components as they radiate up. We can see at the top, it could be the car, and zoom, it goes from down there, all right? Now, as we break the big picture into the manageable components, we can see how it plays out, right? And the lowest level is known as the work package. We need to nail that down. We'll talk about it later. The work package. Now, let's run through a fun little example to help bring this WBS alive. Let's think about the car. Now, you're the project manager. You're leading a team to create a safe, affordable, all-electric car. Everything electric, right? Now, what's it got? It's got an electric motor, right? It's got super-duper charging capabilities. It's got power steering. It's got anti-lock brakes. It's got remote starting. It's got et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All these things. Now, you have so many components to build and keep organized, all right? How do you keep it all set straight and organized? Well, you lead your team in creating this WBS. So you know that at the end of the day, it's probably going to look like this. Bang, it's going to be bigger than you even think. It looks like a Christmas tree, an org chart, and you got to think about what it's going to look like. But you ask yourself, where the heck do I even start? It's insanity. It makes me want to quit. Now, there's two common methods. One's called top down. You start with the big thing at the top and you work yourself radiating, decomposing down. The other one's you take all the little components and you build it up. There's more methods, but those are the two big ones, top down, bottoms up. So let's take the top down approach and let's go like we run this jank, all right? So what's the top? In the car, it's the car. That's the end of the day. If we had a magic wand, bing, the car would be there, right? Because that's what the scope is. And that's break the car down. And let's think about what goes into a car. And we already started talking about it. You didn't even know it, right? We said the electric motor, the charging capability, the power steering, the analog brakes, remote starting, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I only showed 5 little boxes there because the paper's only so big. But you'd have a lot of those boxes that radiate there. Shoot, see how they're in there? There you go. Now, is that enough that people can take that? Oh, give me an electric motor. You're like, dude, give me some more, brother. And then you need to break it down. Tell me the charging capability. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Break it down. So each one of these, you keep breaking it down till you break it down enough, okay? So as we go through this and we break these down, we take each one of these and we break it down. Let's take power steering, okay? Now, following the direction, as we think about power steering, we got to align ourselves to what are the specific characteristics of that. The big boss might say, the power steering system must be 100% electric. I didn't know it wasn't, and an upgrade on existing competitors' technology, right? Because they went out and benchmark. We're going to beat them, right? We're going to do it better. We're going to be all electric, all those things. So you're like, okay, I got to get the team together. I got to break it down. I got to decompose it, they call it. Now, I don't know anything about power steering, but this dude does. And to help you with this example, I did some Googling and I watched this guy. And apparently there's a thing called electric power assisted steering, EPAS, they call it. Not on the PMP, but it just helps the conversation. So if the big boss said, take the existing technology, make it better, they'd have the EPAS system. And we'd say, whoa, we're going to come up with next gen technology. And this dude from Car Tech 101 at CNET, thanks dude, he talked to me about next generation technology as far as it comes with the system here, all right? And so your engineers would take these high-level components and it would break them down, the electric power steering system into the components. And the nice people at CNET already did it for me, okay? And we might at the beginning say the camera and processing module, that's a section of it. The electronic control unit, cool, that's how the signals go out. The clutch, all right, that's important. And then the steering angle actuator. Now, this is hearkening me back to engineering days. I kind of dig it. I kind of want to go back weirdly. But you're going to leverage all the experts to help you with this. You're going to add the power system component details to your WBS. So let's do it. Remember we had those 4 little things? Boom, there they go, dude. Who would have thunk it? So this thing is starting to take form. And as you think about like your engineers, your project people, all your team members, they all specialize, right? So like you get the nerds that know this stuff. And this is just like, pig and slop. They're loving this stuff, right? Like you got the camera, you got the electronic, all this other stuff, all the details there. It's beautiful. And as we go down, we take the electronic control unit and the clutch and all these things and start breaking them down. You keep on decomposing until you get to a point where your team feels it's broken down enough to reasonably estimate and manage the completion of the work to deliver that thing. And what did we call the bottom level of the WBS for 2 extra bonus points that don't count for anything? We call it the work package. So the lowest level of the WBS is the work package. And we can see as we go here, we started with build a cool economy car that's all electric and safe and junk. And we broke it down, and we continued to break it down into all its components until the team says, whoa, 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 that's deep enough. We're going to talk about components within this little thing, the electronic control unit or whatever your example is. And we're going to figure out next in the scheduling neighborhood how we go about doing it. That's the cool part. This is what will be there. If you had a magic wand, a genie, and said, deliver this, they'd go, bing, there it is. But we don't have genies. We ain't got magic wands. We got teams. So we got to nail down what we want to set us up for the next little chunk, which is the